If you need any My Team grinds in any mode, hit up my boy Witty for safe, reliable, and the cheapest grinding services around. Hit him up on Twitter. You won't be disappointed. Yo, what is good, yo? Welcome back to another JC2K video. In today's video, we're going to be going through and building the best teams possible for less than 500,000 MT here in NBA 2K25 MyTEAM. And I gotta say, I pushed it on the budget just a little bit for this one. It is right at 500. I'm at 493 is the amount that I came to. So if any of these cards wind up being a little more expensive than I have them listed at from when I finished recording this video, that is understandable. I don't think that's over 500k though, because I tried to be safe, and my listing is 493. So before we hop into it, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Help me push towards the 40,000 subscriber mark on the channel. I upload every single day, multiple videos a day. Would really appreciate it if y'all do subscribe. Without further ado, let's hop right into it and let's talk. So starting point guard position, this should come as no surprise, is Alonzo Ball. I will say Alex Caruso not on this team, but if you want to save MT and you want a cheaper point guard who's going to be pretty close to as good, Caruso would be good, and he would put you significantly under 500k for this team as well. So keep that in mind. But he's not on the squad. I think Lonzo, he's the better card. He's just taller. He's not quite as good of a slasher in terms of an 80 driving dunk, but the size, even though he's only listed as an inch taller, feels noticeable. Defensively, I like the card a lot. Jumper is super smooth and easy. And movement wise, I mean, it's not great. Pro dribble style, Levine escape, stuff like that isn't super top tier. The escape isn't great, but I love the jumper. I like the size. I like the dunking. I just overall think he's a really solid card. I'm a huge fan of Lonzo. He is my favorite of the budget point guards. Personally, 60k MT for him is a very solid price still. He's a super duper solid card. Backup point guard is the exact same story with Marcus Smart. Really solid card as well. Gives you a lot of defense, gives you a lot of offense. Very good slasher, smooth jumper, defensively great, has really nice badges with off challenger glove, on ball menace, paint patroller, post lockdown. Helps out on that interior as well. The fact he's got 90 interior and a couple interior badges because he's only 6'4", which isn't tiny, but it's not huge either. I really do like the card though. Jumper's nice, he's fast, he's a great slasher, and he's good defensively. Also going for right about 40,000 MT right now. Has gone up a couple thousand MT since I looked at the card a couple days ago, but still very good card and definitely deserving of a spot on this team as well. Now, shooting guard position is one of the most expensive cards on this team, but that is Pink Diamond Kelly Tripucka, who has dropped in price all the way down to about 100k. I listed him 105 to give you a little bit of wiggle room, but mine sold for 100k flat earlier today, and it looks like that's kind of where he is now. He went way up after I did gameplay on him, and then he's dropped back down a little bit. I wound up selling mine, and honestly, I mean, he's very good. I just haven't been playing much online. He, in my opinion, is, and I'm not trolling when I say this, definitely a top 5 shooting guard, and I think you could argue higher than that. Now, that is, to be fair, because I love to dribble, but his jumper is insane, and he has very good sigs for a shooting guard. Defensively, he's not god tier. He's not an elite slasher, but he's good. Badge-wise, he could be a little better as well. But the animations are awesome. The jumper's elite, the movement is elite, and the dunking and defense is good enough as well to where he is a great card. Yes, he's a little over 100k, right about 105k. Honestly, I think you can get him for 100k flat if you find the right time frame. But I put 105k just to give you a little bit of wiggle room there, and that is what we got for the shooting guard position. Now, backup shooting guard is still going to be Franz Wagner for free. I mean, if you didn't get this card, that is on you. He was available for basically an hour-long grind in the Winter Festival, which was out for weeks. If you didn't get the card, I don't know what to tell you, because he's 6'10" small forward with super complete stats, honestly, especially for somebody that size. Very good slasher, elite shooter, fast jump shot, all that type of stuff. I mean, I really do like the card a lot, and I think, in all honesty, I don't know. I mean, Franz is very good, but his probably biggest flaw is jumper gets a little bit of load ups and stuff, but he's got pretty good movement. His jumper's nice. Defensively, he's great. Like, I love the card. I think he's really good, and I think this is a really good shooting guard duo. Tripucka and Wagner give you primary ball handlers in your starting lineup and off the bench, which is super nice. Damari Carroll is who I have at the starting small forward position, about 17,000 MT for this card. 6'8" with a 6'10" wingspan. Jumper is money. Good speed, great defender, solid enough slasher. He has no sigs whatsoever. He's not going to be a shot creator, but you kind of have to accept that with the card. What you don't have to accept is him not being a great shooter or a great defender, because he will give you both those things at a high level. Jumper is absolutely money. Same exact jump shot that Al Harrington has, which if you know Al Harrington, he is absolutely chick. So is Damari Carroll, and then defensively, he's got 90 plus across the board on the stats, decent badges across the board. Really solid card, and for 17k, great option right there. Backup small forward, honestly, could be argued as the starter is Luol Deng, who is going for, in his own right, a very cheap price. He's 18k. He's literally just barely more expensive than Damari Carroll, but 6'9", 7 foot wingspan, good speed, good shooter, decent dunker, great defender, a lot more Hall of Fame badges than Luol, which is super nice in the defensive end of the court. I'd say even though the stats aren't quite as good, they're still very good, and he's probably overall a little better defender than Damari Carroll is. Damari has the better jumper though, despite Luol having offset shot specialist. Luol's a little bit better movement wise. I honestly think you can make an argument for both these guys. They're both really good, and they both give you high level options at the small forward position for very cheap budgets. Between the two of them, you're paying 35K, and these two guys are going to hold it down. Power forward position is a little bit more expensive, I guess. Not much though, to be honest. Like Kwame Brown for 30K MT feels like a steal of a deal as I say that. Oh, there we go. It loaded. This card is a stud. You could put him at center too if you wanted to, but 6'11", 7'1" wingspan. Jumper is money. Speed is very good. Defensively, he's super solid. And then he's got 90 standing and driving duck as well. He's fast. He defends well. His jumper's nice. He's super athletic. Like, I really like this card a lot. I was exceedingly impressed with him when I did gameplay with him. I think he's absolutely a top tier option with no doubt at all in my mind. And, I mean, you get him for 30K. Like, this card, he's basically really close to Jaren Jackson Jr. in all honesty, and he's 30K. You're not going to get a better value than that. Backup power forward, honestly, kind of a same boat in Jeff Green. Now, to be fair, the thing about Jeff Green is that he is only 6'8". That's the biggest flaw with the card. You could put him at small forward as well, but I think for this team, for the budget we have, power forward fits better. Really, realistically, he's got great speed, great shooter, great slasher, and a versatile defender with nice, well-rounded badges, good slashing, shooting, playmaking a little bit, and defense. Now, honestly, the problem with the card is SIGs aren't great, but at the power forward position, is that a big issue? No. Your only real criticism at power forward is going to be him being a little undersized, with the stats and badges I think make up for it. Money jumper as well, super athletic. A lot to like about Jeff Green as well, 28,000 MT. The center position is by far the most expensive position on this team, which makes sense because we haven't spent that much MT for the rest of the squad. We're spending about 200K on our centers, with Big Z costing about 105,000 MT as well. Just like Kelly Tripucka, he is ending right at a buyout, but I do think I give you a little bit of wiggle room. He's not a true buyout. He's right at 100K in terms of bid as of right now. I'll be interested to see if he does become a buyout at some point in the next few days at all. But 7'3", 7'7" wingspan. Yes, the speed is low, 69. I just don't think it matters as much, because at the end of the day, you're looking at a dude who's 7'3" with a 7'7" wingspan and a massive player build. He looks as big as Wemby out there, and honestly, arguably even a little bit bigger, I think is something that you could actually say. At the end of the day, he's really, really nice. His jumper is money. Defensively, he's super solid. Yes, he's missing some badges and some things like that, but he's an elite level pick and popper at 7'3". Does not play as slow as you would think. And overall, just a very, very solid card who realistically, is he flawed? Yes. Does he overcome the flaws with how good he is in other areas? Me personally, I would also say yes. So I am a big fan of, Zydrunas Ilgauskas as an option, and I think he's a really, really good card in my team. So yeah, I'm a fan, and I think he's worth getting. And then at the backup center position, you have, again, expensive card, but a lot more different option. Jaren Jackson Jr. doesn't have the same size, but he's got a lot more speed, and just a lot more statistical versatility. Elite defender as well, super complete badge wise. He's a different option for sure than Big Z, but they give you different things, and they're both very, very good cards. I certainly would say that Jaren is right there at the top when it comes to budget options at the big man spot. Jumper's nice. Defensively, he's a stud. Again, 95,000 MT for Jaren. It's another expensive card, but I think it's worth it to get two really good centers who are going to give you kind of a Wemby stopper in Big Z, and then more of a versatile big as well in Jaren Jackson Jr. So with that being said, this team, like I said, comes in at right at 493,000 MT, which is expensive, but it's under 500K, and I think you could probably get deals on some of these guys as well, potentially snag them for even lower than I listed them at if you're patient. And I hope y'all did enjoy the video. If you did, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. I'll be back with more 2K content very, very soon, and I appreciate y'all. Peace.